Now, I like to think about safety first, so before we get started, don't forget to check the manufacturer's safety recommendation or the air pressure, because not all Bosus are the same, so the manufacturer might suggest a different air pressure, whether lower or higher than you may have yours currently. So it's always best to look at that number and try to get the air pressure within that zone. Okay? All right, so you can hit pause and then we'll get started. Okay, on this first exercise, assuming you've already gotten warmed up, once again, hit pause and warm up if you haven't. So what I'm going to do is 1 foot in the middle part of the Bosu. I'm going to drive my other knee up. So what I'm going to do is go for 30 seconds per side. We'll listen to some music and get that heart rate going. But this one's a little easier to start with, and then we'll progress. Okay? So once again, make sure the posture's good. Knee up, back down. Knee up, back down. Now we're going to do a quick rest before moving on to the next exercise. So if you need to use your towel, get a quick drink of water, whatever you need to do, just make it quick and then move on to the next exercise. So on this one, it's clearly a core exercise. We're going to do a knee tuck, and we'll do a little bit easier to start, or depending on how you want to do it. I'm going to have to do a little easier. I'm still recovering from a health issue, but the way to make it more difficult is you lean back slightly. You could hold here, cross your arms. But you want to bring the knees towards your chest, back down to the floor. You could either touch with the heels or try not to touch. Whichever is easier for you, do it the way it's not easy. So what I'm going to do on this one is knee up, knee up. Because the goal is we're going to shoot for is 30 seconds in this video or in this exercise routine. But what I want you to do is, once again, shoot for 30 seconds. But if you need to make it more difficult, you could just hit pause during the video, go for 60 seconds, go for 90. Once again, modify it to your current fitness and ability level. But right now, because it's challenging enough for me doing it this way, if you can tell I'm breathing a little bit, is the 1 knee at a time. But once again, if you need to make it more difficult, requires more balance, which once again makes it more difficult, is the knee up. Both knees at the same time. And I could tell it makes a big difference. But once again, I'm not quite there yet, but you might be. So once again, 1 knee at a time. Okay, on this one we're going to focus on the legs. Core works some too, but we're going to flip it so the flat side's up. Because if you remember, Bosu, B-O-S-U, means both sides up. Some people say both sides utilized. Well, we're going to utilize the flat side now. So you want to be careful getting onto this if you're not familiar with it. I like to start with my right foot on. I'm not going to risk it, so I'll put my hand here just to stabilize a little bit. Make sure that they're even, toes forward. And then I like to cross my arms. Now, if you need to, like this for balance, do so. So once again, for safety's sake, but just do the best you can. So you want to go down as far as you feel comfortable. Try to keep that chin, relatively up, butt down and back. Go down as far as you feel comfortable, straight up, and we'll go for 30 seconds. All right, and once again, you try to get off the same way you got on, nice and carefully. Don't want to get injured. Of course, don't forget to breathe, and now it's rest time. On this one, we're going to keep the black side or flat side up, and we're going to do burpees. We can do a modified version, which is what I'm going to do. Modified, I'm simply not going to do the push-up part, but you'll get the gist of it when you see me do it. Once again, you can modify it to your difficulty level. The key is on these, as all the other ones, try to work a lot of muscles, get the heart rate up, keep it up. All right, so you could do a step back or a pop back, or both feet going at the same time. So once again, 30 seconds. See, that's so tough that even my voice is cracking. Now it's time to rest again. Okay, on this one, it's another core exercise. So we gotta be in a push-up like position. So forearms here, feet out behind you. For a little bit more stability, just spread your feet farther apart. We're gonna go up, up, down, down. And rest. Okay, on this one we're going to do one where we need the bubble side up, or the blue side up, or whatever color Bosu you have. But what I'm going to do on this one is going to require your feet leaving the ground. So there's two different ways. We're going to do it both ways. But of course, listen to your body. If you had bad knees, you may not want to do this one, or you could always modify it to where you're not jumping. So essentially on this one, we're going to do what I call up, up, down, down. So it's going to be up, up, down, down. Now if you have bad knees, you could do it that pace. The rest of us are going to try to do a little faster. Go for 30 seconds. You got this. Good job, everybody. And rest again. Don't forget, this is a good time to get a drink. I don't recommend chugging the water or sports drink or whatever you have. Water's best in most cases, so just sip it, Get hydrated a little bit, but don't chug because you don't want your body to think it's trying to digest something. You need that oxygen to go to the limbs. Get that oxygen and blood flow there. All right, you guys ready for the next one? Yes, okay, good spirit. All right, so on this next one, it's what I like to say similar but different. I start with one foot on, and all I'm doing is gonna replace this foot with the foot that's on the floor. Just like that. So once again, if you're uncomfortable or not sure of your balance or something like that, definitely modify it. You could even just simply do half the time like this on one side, half the time on the other. But if you can, go as quickly as you can. Once again, just replacing that foot with the other one was. That burns. Rest time again. So on this next exercise, it's going to also require some coordination, a little bit of balance. Works a lot of different muscle groups. Once again, to keep that heart rate up and keep it elevated. So let me show you how it's done. So on this one, what I want to do, one foot in the middle part of the Bosu, keep the chin up, go down as far as I feel comfortable. Now this other leg, I'm going to keep as straight as possible, go up as high as I can without doing one of those things. Don't want to lose my balance that badly. So it's down and up, down and up. And keeping up with the trend, 30 seconds per side, but we'll rest after we finish this side. And rest. Now don't forget, or while we're resting, I'll just remind you, if you like the video and you find it helpful, don't forget, give me a thumbs up. Helps the channel, helps my video get out to more people, or at least I think it does. And also, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and I'll make more videos like this. Other videos, maybe a little bit educational with fitness and health and exercise. And of course, if you have any questions, don't forget, you could type me up in the comment box below and I'll do my best to answer those. Just don't type me now unless you expect an answer. Little wave, little time, so I can't even think straight. Whew. All right, same thing on the other side. And rest. Good job so far. Let's keep it going. Alright, I'm back. So on this one I call them sit squats because you're going to sit, stand, and then squat. Trying to do it hands free. So to make it a little bit more challenging, because it takes a little bit more coordination, shoot the legs out, suck them back in, and hop at the top. Once again, 30 seconds of this one. That's the way to do it. Keep on breathing, keep resting. Once again, next exercise is coming up soon. But keep breathing, drink that water or whatever you have. Well, not whatever you have, but drink the water. Whew. All right, so on this one, you may or may not have seen this one. If you're used to Bosu, you probably have. It's a variation of a skater jump. So we're going to do 30 seconds per side. So the key on this one is to land halfway between the top and the bottom with your foot fairly relaxed, fairly rigid, so you don't want to roll your ankle. So I recommend doing it from real close, like this, till you get used to it. When you get more comfortable, it's actually for me easier to do a greater distance when I jump. And then the key, of course, when I land on the floor, try not to put this foot down. When I jump and I land here, I don't want to put this foot down. So that's the key to success and hopefully not injuring yourself. Okay, so we're going to do 30 seconds per side. Once again, as quickly as you feel comfortable, or at the very least with the best form, because that'll be fatiguing, especially after everything else we've done. Okay, once again, 30 seconds. Now we gotta do the other side. We don't want to be lopsided and have that weird muscle thing going on. So gotta do both sides. Okay, on this one, I wouldn't call it resting per se, but it is a bit easier. It's the whole halo. I'll bet if I could speak, the halo. So you hold the Bosu and go around your head. Let me show you. So what I do is I hold the flat side against my chest. I'm not actually pushing it against my chest. It's a few inches away like so. So what I'm gonna do is, to the best of my ability. Now, if you have bad shoulders, I don't recommend doing this one. You could take a longer rest or repeat the last 30 seconds. But what you're gonna do is rotate around your head like so, avoiding smacking yourself in the head. And we'll do 30 seconds per side, just like this. Actually, we're going to rest first, then do 30 seconds on the other side. Yeah, if we had started with this one, I think it would have been much easier, but it is what it is. So a little bit of rest, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, good rest. So once again, up relatively close to my body, arms bent. Now that time we went to the left and overhead. This time we're going to go to the right and go over the head. And don't forget to breathe. and rest again. All right, on this next one, we're going to do a variation of the mountain climbers. So it's going to be in a push-up position, but we're not doing the push-up part. So now once again, if you want to make it more difficult, you could try to stay in the negative. The rest of us will stay in the positive. So I'm just having my towel here. I could drip sweat on it, whatever. Hands go here. Keep the back straight, butt down. One knee up, and we're just going to alternate for 30 seconds as quickly as we can. Ooh, that one gets me every time. Of course, now it's time to rest. Wow. Okay, so on this one, hopefully the last one, yeah, I think it's the last one. Anyway, we're gonna do kind of like stadium stairs, except for we're not gonna fight gravity as much by actually running upstairs. We're gonna have the Bosu sitting flat with the flat side down. All right, so let me show you. All right. So on this one foot up. You can start from the floor. I just like this because it gets me in a comfortable rhythm. I'm still going to try to maintain good posture. Once again, 30 seconds worth. Keep moving those legs a little bit, even after you rest. You guys did awesome. That was great. All right, awesome job, everybody. Good job, especially if you're not used to doing the Bosu. Now, that was a decent workout. Actually, I'd say pretty good for me and most people. Once again, you could always modify it. Thank you for tagging along with my fitness journey. Hopefully, I've been a part of yours. You know, if you like these videos, don't forget, try them out, see what you think. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.